it'd be great today to kind of just go over, man, like the certain things that we've used to get through life and like the challenges and things that we've been through and what's helped us and little tips and tricks for anybody out there struggling with either, what you went through, what I went through. So, I mean, a lot of people out there don't know it, but like I used to be a severe alcoholic. And right now you're only seeing, what is it? The not yet finished product, but the outcome of a lot of our, like just doing things repetitively every day, being disciplined, like a lot of things like that. And so, like, even with you and your weight, I know we're going to kind of touch on that a little bit too. Like, you weren't always as muscular in the way you look now,
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was.
And like, it took a lot of willpower and among other things besides just like your accident. So, did you want to go first or
No, I
do you
think
want
it's a
me to
good idea
touch?
because a lot of people do see
Yeah.
and don't understand
Mm-hmm.
when somebody's on step 8. They look at somebody and go, "Oh, it's easy to say where you're at."
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, this is where I started.
Yeah.
And even as where we sit,
Uh
we
huh.
still see as, oh man, there's still so much further to go.
Mm-hmm.
But everything's in stages of where somebody else is at.
Completely.
Instead
Yeah.
of seeing and understand that to even get where you're at,
Yes.
you have no many like idea how many times behind closed doors or how many challenges and struggles there are to even get to where someone's got.
Yes.
Nothing's easy on any of us.
I like to look at it like a video game. And everybody, I love like those, gosh, like Skyrim and all those games, and you have to build your character. In life, it's very close to the same thing. Every person in the world, they're at all different levels. They've acquired all different skills and tools that they use to get through the world that we live in. And you're like, you repeatedly face a bunch of problems or challenges, and I really believe that it's the perspective and the way you look at them, instead of looking at like, I am so grateful. I'm so happy that I went through my alcoholism. I'm so happy that I went through, my childhood trauma and I went through, just moving and just going through all these different things. And it's like, but my perspective now, like when challenges come, it's like, okay, this is going to be something that's going to give me tremendous growth. Like all my biggest challenges in my life have given me the largest treasures when you look at it that way.
And for those of you out there who don't know Chelsea or myself personally,
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure you look at us now and like even her mentioning alcoholism.
Mm-hmm.
I look at you and I even prejudge, and I know I did it especially when I first met you.
Yeah.
Of you say alcoholism, I see you, and I'm like, yeah, okay, alcohol. For those of you out there,
Mm-hmm.
you have no idea how far this woman's come. When she says alcoholism, there wasn't even a close second place to what was dominating in your life. That's how much you had lost it to one thing.
Mm-hmm.
So when you do try to judge or understand, you look at us. This is the person, you're one of the top people I've ever met to where alcohol has literally affected your life in such a negative way that
Mm-hmm.
there's no way you could actually be you with that as a part of your life. It was that bad. So the credit you deserve, and for
Mm-hmm.
people out there, if anyone who's struggling with this,
Mm-hmm.
trust me, there's worse out there. And she was probably a living example of how bad it can get.
Yeah, because we all have like our kryptonite, and a lot of the things, like a lot of the problems I believe we face are generational. So, like, even with alcoholism, I mean, let's see, even my dad's mom suffered severely from alcoholism. My mom's dad suffered severely from alcoholism. My great grandpa, I know, suffered from alcoholism, and they all died at such a early age. So it was like, even growing up, you realize it's like, man, all these people are dying around me so quickly and fast. And then, you hit that generation and you're just a kid and you don't realize at first it's an issue. Like, everybody drinks alcohol. You go anywhere, everybody, like a lot of people drink alcohol. It's a social thing. So to escape it, it's just like food. How do you not, like, you go to the grocery store, there's like racks and racks of just the boxes of the Debbie snacks and, ooh, get this sugar, get that sugar. It's just in your face constantly with alcohol and with sugary
Yeah,
things.
but keep it with alcohol, not
Yeah.
just in your environment that you had no control over. You were dropped and born into a family, you had no say so.
Yeah.
So it was normalized there.
Hmm.
But that wasn't just bad luck on your part. Look at our society.
Yeah.
Walk into any, like you just said, turn on
Hmm.
your TV. What
Hmm.
is every time that you watch, especially in a sporting event, it's very hard to see where our society
Hmm.
hasn't basically made this seem not only so socially acceptable, but in order to have fun, it's part of the equation.
Yes.
And
Yes.
so, like what you just said,
Hmm.
how do you see it as a problem when everything else is painting this thing as one of the most wonderful experiences we'll have in life?
Yeah. And I truly think
Yeah.
it's to keep you stuck. It's to keep you needing more help. It's to keep, the medical system to keep pumping. The more problems that you have, the more money they make, you know?
So you definitely think it was a huge part in keeping you. It's like you said, it's
For
a good thing with
sure.
food is you must
Yes.
eat. How do you avoid it?
Exactly. And it's like you grow up, it's like we're not most of us grow up and we're not given a guide like this is how you should live life. You go through high school and you learn all this stuff that, I mean, you don't even remember as you get older
As well for
anyway.
our parents as
Yeah.
well, though.
Yeah. And no one gives you like a script of like, this is how you need to live your life and what to do. Like, I didn't have any of that. I just was like, okay, cool. I have alcohol to escape my problems. I love being social and going out. I can just go and have fun and run, and there's going to be no consequences. And I'm just going to be woohoo, great. And then all of a sudden, I know one bad thing happens. Bam, a DUI. Bam, more things on top of that, like almost taking my own life. I'm then, bam, being broke, losing everything. Like no job, like jobs weren't working out for me. I wasn't getting paid well enough. I was always like minimum wage, living paycheck to paycheck. Like, oh my goodness, why me? This is happening to me, this and that and the other. And you get stuck in this like negativity ball and you're like, well, how do I get out of it if you've never learned anything else or anything different? You don't know, you know.
Well, especially when we're almost taught that,
Mhm.
again, to be happy, to have a good time, what does that require?
Yeah.
Well, guess what? Now I'm down and out.
Mhm.
Now I'm literally in a position where I can't be happy with myself. Now
Yeah.
you're even more likely. Here
Yeah.
comes that quick fix. Because guess what? You bury
Mhm.
yourself in a bottle. How are you going to feel half an hour later?
And that was the biggest thing. I would get before when I used to go to drink, I would get so excited. Like if we went even on a trip or anything, I'd be like, oh, let's go on this trip. Let's go here. Let's go visit this place. And the first thing I'd want to do is drink because I'm like, oh, yeah, let's get a drink. Let's go, get some alcohol. We're going to go out. We're going to do this stuff. I want to be social. And then you start to think about it. And it was like, man, every place that we've ever went to on vacation, I drank. And I don't remember any key parts of the vacation whatsoever. If you told me I could have been anywhere and I was still stuck in my disease and clouded, and it's like, I think I got really attached to it too because even as a kid, I was very shy, believe it or not, extremely shy. I don't want to talk to anybody. I didn't want to, do anything. And luckily, I worked retail and that changed really quick because you can't be, quiet there. And I had to grow up. But with alcohol, it was like I could finally, I wasn't afraid. I loved it because I could feel like I could talk to anybody. So I liked it. It opened that portal, that social portal for me to be able to converse and communicate because I suffer really bad from anxiety. I've suffered from depression and I constantly was always like, what is someone going to think of me? Someone could judge me. I'm this way or that way. I didn't have, a very high regard for myself. So getting away from alcohol, it was like, okay, first off, what do you do for fun without alcohol? Like I don't even know what to do for fun. Like it's so boring. Like I remember the first year, I'm like, I'm freaking bored. Like I don't know what to do. I don't understand. Like this is boring. And then I think what really showed me is just like then you're sober for a little while and you go to a party or you go to a place and you're around alcohol and you've gotten strong enough to be around it and you watch people start to drink and you start to see just it's like this immense of suffering. It's like all these people are drinking to escape from their lives to waking up every day because their life is, just in shambles, or they're going through something. And a lot of us mentally, we don't know how to deal with that unless you're guided, or unless you go for help. But then, like, some people are thinking like it's frowned upon to go see a therapist or anything. I don't care if you're even in a great state of mind. Therapy and talking to other people and being social and connecting with people, like, that's what pulled me out of my addiction. It was the want to be a better person, but I had to surround myself and change my environment. Because no matter what you do, if you want something bad enough, but you are in an unhealthy environment, it's never going to change. And you have to pull people in as it's comfortable, as uncomfortable as it can be. You have to pull people in to support you and be there for you.
So for you personally, would you
Mm-hmm.
say when you hit the crossroads and you knew it was time to make a decision,
Uh huh.
what surfaced to you to make it important enough to know that this couldn't be a part of your life if you were ever going to obtain the life that you truly wanted for yourself? What made that stand out to you to know that change was mandatory?
For me, it was, so from a young age, I always wanted to be a great leader for my little brother and sister. Like, I always wanted to be there for them. I always wanted to be like their hero, you know. And as I got older, you know, and I was in my alcoholism, you know, I did things to my family and to them that really hurt them. And it was like, I I was beside myself, because I'm like, who is this person? I would never, ever intentionally, ever. I would put my life, I would die for either one of them right now if I had to. And it's like, so how it is my alcoholism that important? You know, like, I'm already as low as I could get. Could it get any worse? And by the way, it can, just so you know. And then to take my life, and it was like, okay, so say I do take my life. So I went through my entire childhood, I got through all these different things, and I suffered this much, and then I'm going to take my own life. So what, did I just come here to suffer? It just made, I started questioning things, like, so why am I here? Like, there's no way whatever made me just brought me here to suffer. It doesn't make any sense to me. It doesn't add up. So I mean, it was multiple days of just, you know, being disgusted with myself, like not being able to look in the mirror. Like, I couldn't cry. Everybody that was ever close to me was far away from me. Like, I was making choices that I was, you know, just like, they were despicable. I'm like, who is that person? I don't even know that person. And so, I mean, I tried to quit alcohol multiple times, but it wasn't until my mom's best friend, Shauna, my Aunt Shauna, put it to me in the best way, and I will never forget. And she said, you know, you keep going, you keep drinking until you're going to know, and you're going to decide that you're done. There's going to be a day you're going to decide. And so, yeah, finally, it was like, I had enough. Like, enough is enough. Why do I have to suffer day after day after day after day? It's like I was stuck on this broken record, or this, you know, like roller coaster ride that I couldn't like get off of. It felt impossible, you know?
Don't you think, in the hardest of ways, that you were taught a lesson that if you created a life that you didn't have to escape from, those escapes would become irrelevant. They wouldn't be important any longer. And
Mm-hmm.
so you find yourself drinking
Mm-hmm.
to avoid the life that you have, which we do have control to make the
Mm-hmm.
life we want.
Mm-hmm.
So then, therefore, you're always escaping. And just like you just stated,
Mm-hmm.
I felt like I lost myself.
Mm-hmm.
Every time you drink, you left yourself. So, of course, I mean, to me,
Yeah,
it makes it very clear how you would lose yourself.
completely.
Isn't that the same person you were running from?
Yeah, exactly. And you also don't realize the what alcohol does to the body. Like, every time you drink alcohol, you're killing something within your body. When you're also drinking, and you drink as heavily as I did, you're in a brain fog. Your mind, it took me probably like somewhere 6 to 8 months to even start to get the clouds, start to get like my emotions back, start to think straight. Like, when I was an alcoholic, I was constantly worried and anxious about everything. It was like, oh my goodness, this could happen. Oh my goodness, this bad thing happened. You know, like, I was always just freaked out all the time. And yeah, it takes practice, and it also is not as hard as you may perceive it to be. Really, it's very simple. Like, you have to attack it in steps. That was is like my biggest lesson that I've had to learn, because a lot of us, especially this day and age, we want everything now. It's like, man, I want to be freaking fit. We go work out and you're like looking in the mirror, like, do I see my biceps? Do I see my, abs or anything? And it's like, no, like, that's why they always say the best things in life are worth waiting for. And they take discipline and they take consistency, and you need support. Those are all things that are huge factors in doing it. But the thing is, you can. And that's what I love to show through us and be the biggest example and show you guys other people that have gone through stuff. Because it's like, you think you're stuck and you're living this miserable life, but hello, like, you haven't met future you yet when you put in the work. You haven't met that person yet. And all you need to do is just start. Don't say, oh, I'm going to get to it. Oh, here, everyone's going to do their New Year's resolution and we're all going to get fit. It's like, the bad thing about that is you're trying to dip all the way in and submerge yourself, and you're going to end up quitting because it's going to get too hard. You're putting too much pressure. You're trying to do too much at once, and it's going to overload you. We work better and get into our flow when we're only focused on one thing at a time. That is the only time it's physically possible for us human beings to get into something to be able to accomplish it. So instead of doing like, today, just say, hey, today I'm going to start. It could be as simple as, hey, today I'm going to drink an 8-ounce glass of water every day. Okay, do it for a week. Once you've done it and you accomplished it, cool. Next Monday, I'm going to eat one meal just protein, and try to do it just for the time. But you have to be patient with yourself, and you have to know that you're not perfect and that you're going to make mistakes and you're going to mess up. Like, we're human beings. We learn from our mistakes, but you need to embrace them and embrace the journey. And that you can be helped by that by getting people around you that support you. You need people around you that support you. You need people around you that love you. You have to eliminate every single person that does not want the best for you in your life, because they will always try to pull from your cup. And you need to keep your cup full as best as possible so you can get through all these challenges in transforming and turning into another person.
And truly, without that support
Mm-hmm.
and that network, so many of us think that, it takes something drastic, like, oh, I couldn't do that because I would have to do this in order to accomplish this. When the
Mm-hmm.
reality of it is, it's just like alcohol. You
Yeah.
didn't take one sip and got hammered and lost your life. You didn't take one sip and black out. It was an accumulation of many
Yep.
drinks, many sips,
Mm-hmm.
and then it became a problem. So the same thing when you're talking about if you want to change your life, it's not one huge, you're not going to make some leap and overnight, guess what? You're going to wake up tomorrow and everything's different. Your life didn't become a mess overnight. Why would
No.
it take just so when people are out there, if you're
Mm-hmm.
we're all struggling in something, it's remember direction always outweighs how quickly you're going up. If you
Yes.
possibly in some way can just keep that momentum
Uh-huh.
consistently slightly going up,
Mm-hmm.
I promise you, hold on, wait in there. Give it a year of slow consistency and see what you could do in a year. You won't
Yeah.
even recognize that person, and guess how you did it?
Yeah.
One small little decision at a time,
Mm-hmm.
one little choice of, hey, do I really want to go on a walk today? Or do I just want a beer and watch the game?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, you know what? It seems pretty simple at the time, but guess what? Make that decision 300 times in a row and see what the outcome results are.
Yeah, they accumulate.
Night and day of who you would be based off one decision.
Mm-hmm.
And guess what? It's kind of almost how everything works. If you want change, I love your idea about a network. By the way, anyone out there, we've started support groups,
Mm-hmm.
networking people like minded in the same goals. Is it
Mm-hmm.
alcohol that you're struggling with? Well, guess what? You're not alone and you're not even close to alone. Reach out.
Mm-hmm.
We'd love to put you in one of our groups. It could be something else. Reach out. We probably already have a group started for it. And if not, oh
Mm-hmm.
man, I'd love to see what we could do for you.
Yeah, completely. And that's like the biggest key is get around people that have already made it through whatever you're suffering from. they're going to hold the keys and the secrets to what you need to do to get there.
Yep.
And the biggest thing I can tell you is just stay consistent. Like, keep going. Have a positive attitude. Like, wait, I like to that you always say is, lose your health and realize what really matters. And it puts it into perspective. Be happy. Don't say, hey, dang it, I'm waking up, I got to go through this day again. Like, you could have not even gotten this day and not even have been here. And it just, yeah, it takes time. It's like another thing too that we love, Jordan Peterson, one of the greatest people that we've ever started watching. And just know your aim. And that's the thing that I could tell people. I am such a preparer and overthinker. I overthink everything. He knows best. I'm like, we should do this, we should do that. Oh, we could do this, we could do that. I'm all over the place sometimes. And the one thing that Jordan Peterson has taught me is, focus your aim. Focus your aim on that one objective. That's why I said take one thing at a time. Focus your aim, and don't, you're not going to just figure out every step on how to get there. You need to just keep going through the baby motions, and those doors will open for you.
Because only this step you're on is the
Yes.
only step that's relevant in this world.
Yes, because whatever you're putting into the universe, anything that you're putting out, the universe is going to give back to you. You start being more positive. You start taking care of yourself. You start to attract what you put out. I mean, ever since we started this venture, we didn't know, this is exactly how we're going to do it. And I had wanted to open up an LLC for years, but I didn't know exactly what it was going to be, what my purpose could be. It's taken years and years and years to finally get to this point, to us sitting here today. But it wasn't like a cookie cutter guideline of how to get there. It was just being very patient, doing as best as I can, and being disciplined. And yeah, patience, discipline, put in the work, learn about things, gain knowledge. Like, we have 2 ears for a reason. Like, you need to be listening more than you need to be speaking. You need to be taking things in, rewiring your brain. There's other ways to live. You just have to find them out, from other people.
No, and as the saying goes,
Mm-hmm.
if you don't think there's a reason we have 2 ears and only one mouth,
Mm-hmm.
then you're confused and you're missing the point.
Yeah.
Why is that so important?
Mm-hmm.
Because guess what? We all feel like we're stuck in a hole sometimes and there's no way that we can get out of this.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? Millions of people have gone through the exact same thing,
Mm-hmm.
and guess what? Got through it.
Yeah.
What does that tell you? So learn from somebody else. There's
Yeah.
probably not a single experience in your life that
Mm-hmm.
somebody else also hasn't already experienced.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? Why not learn from that person? Because some lessons
Mm-hmm.
are very brutal to learn, and you do not want to learn certain things the hard way. So why not reach out? Why not lean on each other? Because guess what? For the same
Mm-hmm.
person out there who's thinking, well, I couldn't do that to somebody else. Well, somebody else out there needs you too. So it goes full circle.
Yeah, to share, to have a voice. That's the whole point. Like, we need people to have a voice and speak about the things that they've been through, because you don't realize how many people that helps. It helps a ton of people. It's relatable. You always think, like, when I was in my addiction, I'm like, it's only me. Why me? It's just me. I'm going through this. And you're like, no, there's millions and billions of people who have gone through it. And the only thing stopping you is yourself and your thought process that you're telling yourself that you can't do it. You can't do this. You can't do that. You can't. Well, of course, you see why you haven't changed. You keep telling yourself that you can't change. Why don't you even try a simple thing of just, one day at a time? Start telling yourself, I can do it. Start having, even if you don't believe it, tell yourself you believe in yourself. And over time, you will start to see it and you will start to believe it, no matter what situation that you're in. That's all I'm saying is, I don't care your situation. I don't care, what you could possibly be going through. You can change. Everybody can.
How longer do we have?
I think we're about good.
So really the point of today's podcast is, I want you guys to know why we feel it's so strongly for us to put this out there.
Mm-hmm.
We only have a few episodes out so far, and the feedback we've already gotten from people locally, people on the internet, that we've already affected. I'm telling you right now, like I have chills even just telling you what we've already experienced, which validates
Mhm.
everything in the world of our why.
Yeah.
So please, if you're out there, you need anything, any support to be a
Mhm.
part of something,
Mhm.
just a like might, maybe you already have it all together. We'd love you even more to help out other people who could use you as well. So if you're out there, please, we'd love to have you tune in, support, hit like, find us on social media. Everything that we're doing out there, we're putting that out there.
Mhm.
The kinds, there is no money behind this anything. So please reach
No.
out.
Yeah, we're doing this only off of donations because it's just there's a lot of people that need help. And at the end of the day, this isn't about a paycheck for us. It's about making an impact on other people's lives. And that truly brings us, the most happiness.
Yeah, the last thing I want to stand between somebody getting the help they deserve and us or somebody else out there that could help you is a dollar bill, because money's already done enough damage, and the last thing we need is more. So we have to come together.
Exactly. Exactly.
Psh!
Awesome.